There are places in this world that people don't even dare to think of visiting. Places so haunted that thousands have lost their lives there. Why are these places so terrifying? Watch the video till the end, because the last place is completely banned to visit. Don't forget to subscribe. Bangar Fort is located in the Alwar district of Rajasthan, India. It was built in the 17th century by King Madho Singh, and at that time it was known for its stunning architecture and grandeur. But what makes it one of the most haunted places in the world is its dark and mysterious curse. Legend has it that a powerful magician fell in love with the princess of Bangar. When she rejected him, he cursed the entire fort. From that day onward, it is said that anyone who entered after sunset faced misfortune. Because of this curse, locals believe that thousands of people have mysteriously died or disappeared within the fort over the centuries. Visitors and residents alike have reported eerie experiences, sudden chills, whispers, moving shadows, and the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. The Archaeological Survey of India has officially banned entry after sunset due to the countless accidents and paranormal claims that have been recorded today. Bangar Fort is not only famous for its historical and architectural significance, but also for its chilling horror and mystique. Tourists and ghost hunters are drawn here, intrigued by the legends. Every visitor receives a warning. Entering after dark is extremely risky, and even the bravest often report strange, unexplained experiences. Bangar Fort stands as a haunting reminder that some places are not just relics of the past, but homes to legends and spirits that refuse to rest. The Tower of London is located in central London, England, right on the north bank of the River Thames. Built in 1078 by William the Conqueror, it was originally designed as a fortress to establish Norman control over the city. Over the centuries, it expanded into a royal palace, armory, and prison, witnessing hundreds of years of battles, political struggles, and dark history. What makes the tower truly famous, however, is its haunting past. Executions, imprisonments, and torture took place within its walls, and the ghosts of famous figures are said to roam its corridors. Among the most notorious is Anne Boleyn, who was beheaded here in 1536. Her headless apparition reportedly appears near the chapel where she was buried. Other royal ghosts, including Lady Jane Grey, are said to wander the tower. Adding to its eerie reputation, the tower's haunted reputation has been reported for centuries. Guards, visitors, and even paranormal investigators have reported strange footsteps, sudden cold drafts, unexplained shadows, and eerie whispers. These repeated experiences confirm the tower as one of England's most haunted places. The deaths and tragedies here are well documented. Hundreds of executions took place, from beheadings of royalty to hangings and deaths from harsh imprisonment. Thousands of prisoners suffered, and some died under brutal conditions. Today, the Tower of London stands not just as a historical monument, but also as a chilling reminder that the walls of this fortress are haunted by centuries of mystery, fear, and tragedy. Eastern State Penitentiary is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and is considered one of the most haunted prisons in the world. Built in 1829 and designed by architect John Haviland, it was meant to be a revolutionary reform prison where inmates were kept in total isolation to reflect on their crimes. But what was meant to be a place of reform soon turned into a place of torment. Prisoners were forced to live in complete silence. No human contact, no sunlight, and no hope. Many lost their sanity, and some even took their own lives. Over the decades, the prison's cold stone walls absorbed the pain, fear, and screams of countless inmates. Reports of paranormal activity have been recorded for decades. Visitors and guards have claimed to hear disembodied whispers, footsteps echoing through empty halls, and ghostly figures vanishing into the darkness. Popular paranormal shows like Ghost Adventures and Most Haunted have captured unexplained voices and shadows within the prison's decaying corridors. More than 1,000 inmates died here from illness, torture, and suicide. Many believe their restless spirits never left. Today, Eastern State Penitentiary stands as a museum by day, but by night, it transforms into something far darker, a chilling reminder of the suffering that still echoes through its haunted halls. Poveglia Island lies between Venice and Lido, Italy, a small patch of land surrounded by calm waters. But behind that beauty hides one of the darkest histories in the world. The island first appeared in records in 421 AD, when people fled there to escape barbarian invasions. Later, in the 14th century, it became a quarantine zone for plague victims. Ships carrying the sick were sent here, and thousands of men, women, and children were left to die alone. Their bodies were burned in mass graves, and it's said that more than 160,000 people lost their lives on this tiny island in the 1800s. A mental asylum was built on the same ground, the same soil that was once soaked with plague victims' ashes. Patients complained of hearing screams and seeing dark figures, but doctors dismissed them as hallucinations. One doctor, who reportedly performed cruel experiments, later fell from the bell tower. Some say he was pushed by unseen hands. Locals and fishermen still refuse to go near Poveglia. Visitors have described disembodied voices, sudden chills, and whispers echoing across the ruins. Paranormal investigators have recorded strange sounds and thermal anomalies all over the island today. Poveglia Island remains completely abandoned, officially closed to the public. The Italian government has banned entry not only because of its decaying structures, but because many believe the island itself is cursed, a place where the dead still outnumber the living. Earth Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Sea of Trees, from above. It looks like a lush green paradise, but inside, it's one of the darkest and most haunted forests in the world. Aokigahara's history dates back centuries. In ancient Japanese folklore, it was believed that evil spirits and demons lived within the forest, but its reputation turned darker in the 19th century, when people facing poverty would practice yubasuit, abandoning the elderly to die in the woods. Later, in modern times, the forest became tragically famous as Japan's most common suicide site. Locals say that Aokigahara's silence feels unnatural. The thick trees block wind, and even compasses fail to work properly due to the high iron content in the volcanic soil. Travelers have reported hearing whispers, footsteps, and crying voices, even when they were completely alone. Every year, dozens of bodies are found by police and volunteers. It's estimated that over 500 people have died here over the last few decades. though the real number may be far higher, as not all remains are discovered today. Aokigahara is a place of sorrow and mystery. Authorities have put up warning signs urging visitors to think of your loved ones and seek help. But for many, the forest remains a chilling symbol, a place where nature's silence hides the echoes of countless lost souls. Deep in the Loire Valley of France, surrounded by lush countryside, stands one of the tallest and grandest castles in the country, Chateau de Brissac. But behind its royal beauty lies a tragic and chilling past that earned it the title of the Haunted Castle of France. The castle was originally built in the 11th century by the Counts of Anjou, but it was later rebuilt in the 15th century by Pierre de Biarzé, a powerful nobleman. For centuries, it stood as a symbol of wealth and aristocracy, until one horrifying story changed everything. According to legend, during the 15th century, Jacques de Biarzé, the Duke of Brissac, discovered that his wife, Charlotte de Bouarzy, was having an affair with another man. In a fit of rage, he murdered both of them inside the castle. Their bodies were buried within the walls, but their spirits, it seems, never left. Since then, the chateau has been famous for the ghost of the Green Lady, believed to be Charlotte's restless soul. Visitors and residents have reported seeing her spirit wandering the tower rooms, wearing a long green dress, her face horribly disfigured from the attack. Her mournful moans echo through the corridors during quiet nights, sending chills down anyone who hears them. The haunting was first reported by servants centuries ago, and even today, guests who stay at the castle speak of cold drafts, sudden noises, and eerie whispers, though no official death records exist. The legend of Charlotte's brutal murder and her undying presence has turned Chateau de Brissac into one of the most haunted and tragic castles in all of Europe. In the quiet town of Junee, New South Wales, Australia, sits an elegant mansion surrounded by rolling hills, Monte Cristo Homestead. From the outside, it looks peaceful and charming, but locals call it the most haunted house in Australia. The homestead was built in 1885 by Christopher William Crawley, one of the area's most successful farmers. At first, it was a grand family home, symbolizing wealth and prosperity during the colonial era. But behind its beauty lies over a century of tragedy, death, and unexplained horror. After Christopher Crawley's death in 1910, his widow, Elizabeth Crawley, became a recluse, rarely leaving the house. She reportedly spent her remaining years dressed in black, reading the Bible, and isolating herself from the world. Locals say her presence never left. Her ghost is still seen standing in the balcony window, watching silently over the property. But her spirit isn't the only one haunting Monte Cristo. Over the years, countless gruesome incidents took place here. A stable boy burned to death, a maid fell from the balcony, and a mentally ill servant was found chained for years inside the coach house. Visitors report hearing footsteps, crying voices, ghostly apparitions, and sudden chills throughout the rooms. Many paranormal investigators have called Monte Cristo a portal of restless energy, a place where the pain of the past refuses to fade. More than a dozen mysterious deaths are linked to the homestead, and every generation of owners has reported unexplainable activity today. Monte Cristo Homestead is open to brave tourists, but locals warn once you step inside, the house never truly lets you go in the deep south of St. Francisville, Louisiana, surrounded by giant oak trees draped in Spanish moss, stands one of America's most haunted homes, the Myrtles Plantation. Beneath its beauty lies a past filled with betrayal, tragedy, and restless spirits that refuse to move on. The plantation was built in 1796 by General David Bradford, a wealthy lawyer who sought peace and prosperity. But over the next 2 centuries, the house became the setting for murder, mystery, and ghostly legends that made it world famous. The most chilling story is that of Chloe, an enslaved woman who allegedly worked in the house. After being caught eavesdropping, her ear was cut off, and she began wearing a green turban to hide the scar. Seeking revenge, Chloe poisoned a birthday cake meant for the master's family, but the plan went wrong. His wife and 2 daughters died, and Chloe was soon hanged by other slaves. Her spirit, still wearing her green turban, is said to roam the plantation halls. Visitors and staff often report footsteps on empty floors, ghostly children's laughter, and reflections of shadowy figures in mirrors. Many claim to have seen Chloe's apparition standing quietly in doorways or near the staircase where the family once gathered. Over the years, dozens of deaths have been recorded at the Myrtles Plantation from disease, murder, and tragic accidents. Paranormal investigators have called it one of the most active haunted sites in America, with countless photos showing mysterious orbs and figures today. The Myrtles Plantation is open as a bed and breakfast, but guests say that when the night falls and the wind moves through the trees, you can still feel the sorrow and the presence of the spirits who never left, rising high above the city of Edinburgh, Scotland. On the summit of Castle Rock stands one of the most iconic and mysterious landmarks in the world, Edinburgh Castle. While it attracts millions of tourists each year, it also carries centuries of war, torture, and restless spirits that make it one of the most haunted castles in Europe. The castle's origins date back nearly 900 years. It was built during the 12th century by King David I and served as both a royal residence and a powerful fortress. Over time, it became a site of brutal battles, imprisonment, and executions, a place soaked in blood and history. Its haunting reputation comes from the countless deaths and dark events that occurred within its stone walls. Prisoners of war were tortured here during the Scottish Wars of Independence, and later during the Napoleonic Wars. Many never made it out alive. Reports of ghostly activity have surfaced for centuries. Visitors and guards have claimed to hear drums beating at night. Belonging to the headless drummer, a ghost said to appear before the castle faces danger. Others have reported seeing the spirit of a piper who vanished centuries ago while exploring the tunnels beneath the castle. His eerie bagpipe music is still said to echo through the stone halls. Paranormal investigations have recorded cold spots, sudden touches, and unexplained shadows. Scientists even conducted a controlled study here, one of the largest paranormal experiments in history, and many participants experienced strange sensations, chills, and sightings they couldn't explain, from soldiers and prisoners to forgotten royals. Hundreds have died within these walls. Today, Edinburgh Castle stands not just as Scotland's most famous fortress, but also as a chilling reminder that its ghosts still guard the past, and they're not ready to be forgotten, hidden Deep within the Xochimilco canals of Mexico City lies one of the most chilling places on Earth, La Isla de las Muñecas, or the Island of the Dolls. What looks like a bizarre tourist spot today was once a quiet patch of land, until tragedy struck and transformed it into a nightmare. The story begins in the 1950s, when a man named Don Julian Santana Barrera decided to live alone on this isolated island. According to locals, one day he discovered the body of a young girl who had drowned mysteriously in the canal. A few days later, he found a doll floating near the same spot, and in his grief, he believed the doll belonged to the spirit of the dead girl to appease her restless soul. Don Julian hung the doll from a tree, but soon he began to feel haunted, whispers, footsteps, and the sound of crying echoing through the water. Believing more spirits had joined her, he started collecting and hanging hundreds of dolls across the island, some broken, some headless, some missing eyes. Over the years, the island became covered in rotting dolls, each hanging from trees like silent watchers. Locals began to fear the place, saying the dolls' eyes followed them, and that at night they could hear the dolls whispering or moving on their own. The horror deepened in 2001, when Don Julian himself was found dead. After his death, people claimed his spirit joined the island, and the dolls became even more active. Visitors, locals, and paranormal investigators have all reported eerie experiences, cold hands touching them, dolls turning their heads, and whispers floating through the wind. Some even believe each doll carries a trapped soul, forever bound to the island. Today, the Island of the Dolls stands as one of Mexico's most haunted and terrifying destinations, a place where toys meant for children have become the vessels of the dead. Perched in the mountains of Estes Park, Colorado, the Stanley Hotel is a grand, historic hotel that attracts thousands of visitors each year. But beneath its elegance lies a reputation that has made it one of America's most haunted hotels. The hotel was built in 1909 by Freeland Oscar Stanley, the inventor of the Stanley steamer automobile. He envisioned it as a luxurious retreat for wealthy travelers to enjoy the fresh mountain air and stunning views of the Rockies. Its beauty and grandeur made it an instant landmark. But the hotel's story took a chilling turn over the years. The Stanley Hotel became famous for its ghostly activity, particularly after inspiring Stephen King's novel, The Shining. Guests and staff report seeing shadowy figures in hallways, flickering lights, moving objects, and doors opening on their own. One of the most famous spirits is said to be F.O. Stanley himself, who continues to watch over the hotel even after his death. The haunted reputation was discovered through countless first-hand accounts. Visitors report piano music playing when no one is around, cold drafts in empty rooms, and full apparitions. Paranormal investigators frequently capture orbs, mysterious sounds, and unusual temperature drops in multiple areas of the hotel. While there are no large-scale deaths like in some haunted locations, the hotel has seen tragedies including suicides and unexplained accidents, and the cumulative energy of these events is believed to fuel its paranormal activity today. The Stanley Hotel continues to welcome guests and ghost hunters alike. By day, it's a historic landmark, but by night, its corridors are filled with whispers, shadows, and the restless spirits of its past. Deep in Cluj County, Romania, near the city of Cluj-Napoca, lies one of the world's most mysterious and terrifying forests, Pacha Buciu Forest. Locals often call it the Bermuda Triangle of Romania, due to its strange and unexplained phenomena. The forest has existed for centuries, but it gained notoriety in the 20th century when a shepherd named Buciu reported seeing a glowing circular object and mysterious lights hovering above the trees. Since then, countless visitors have experienced bizarre events that cannot be explained. Hoja Buciu Forest is infamous for paranormal activity, UFO sightings, and unexplained disappearances. Many people claim that stepping into the forest can make you feel disoriented, dizzy, or lost even on familiar paths. Some report hearing whispers, seeing shadow figures, or being followed by unseen presences. The haunted reputation was discovered through eyewitness accounts, photographs, and paranormal investigations. Researchers have recorded strange electromagnetic fields, unexplained orbs, and sudden temperature drops in certain areas. The forest is also linked to tragic incidents. Several hikers have disappeared without a trace, while others report falling ill or experiencing panic attacks for no reason. While exact death counts are unknown, the forest's eerie energy and unexplained history make it one of Romania's most feared locations. Today, Hoja Buciu Forest is a destination for thrill seekers, paranormal investigators, and curious tourists. But locals warn, once you enter, the forest seems alive, and some never find their way out. Nestled in the rolling countryside of County Offaly, Ireland, Leap Castle is often called the most haunted castle in Ireland. Its ancient stone walls hide a history so dark and violent that the spirits trapped within are said to roam the halls to this day. The castle was originally built in the 15th century by the O'Bannon clan, a powerful Irish family. Over the centuries, it became the site of turbulent clan wars, betrayals, and brutal murders. Its architecture still carries the scars of a violent past, including secret passages and dungeons where many lost their lives. Leap Castle is infamous for its bloody chapel, where it is reported that family members were killed in gruesome rituals. Visitors and historians claim that this chapel is the epicenter of the castle's haunting, with cold spots, eerie whispers, and violent apparitions. One of the most well-known spirits is said to be a Red Lady, a violent ghost believed to have murdered her own family members and now roams the halls seeking revenge. The haunting was first documented through local legends and eyewitness accounts. Guests and paranormal investigators report shadowy figures, disembodied screams, sudden temperature drops, and objects moving on their own. The castle has seen countless deaths over the centuries, from clan conflicts, executions, and violent accidents. The bloody chapel alone is said to be the resting place of dozens of victims. Even today, visitors claim that the energy of those who died violently still lingers, making Leap Castle a chilling and unforgettable experience for anyone brave enough to enter. Tucked away in the small village of Watton-under-Edge, Gloucestershire, England, the ancient Ram Inn is considered one of the most haunted buildings in the UK. Its unassuming exterior hides centuries of dark rituals, bloodshed, and restless spirits. The inn was originally built in 1145, making it one of the oldest buildings in the region. It was initially constructed by the church as a residence for priests, but over the centuries, it became an inn, passing through multiple owners who all reported strange and terrifying occurrences. The ancient Ram Inn is famous for its demonic hauntings and violent supernatural activity. Legends say that the site was once a pagan sacrificial ground, and dark rituals left a lingering energy. Visitors report seeing shadow figures, disembodied voices, and ghostly children running through the corridors. The inn is also said to house a demon that inhabits the building, moving objects and attacking anyone who comes too close. Paranormal investigators have documented extensive activity, cold spots, unexplained scratches, doors slamming, and recordings of voices that seem to come from nowhere. Many believe the energy is so strong because of the violent deaths and dark rituals performed on the land over centuries, while exact death records are unclear. The inn has witnessed countless mysterious deaths, suicides, and accidents, fueling its terrifying reputation. Guests often leave shaken, claiming that the spirits follow them even after they exit. Today, the ancient Ram Inn remains a magnet for ghost hunters and thrill seekers. But those brave enough to enter are often warned. The inn doesn't forgive, and its haunted history is very much alive. Nestled in the breathtaking Canadian Rockies in Banff, Alberta, the Banff Springs Hotel is often called the Castle in the Rockies. Its grand architecture and stunning views hide a darker reputation, as the hotel is famous for being haunted by restless spirits. The hotel was built in 1888 by the Canadian Pacific Railway, designed to attract wealthy travelers and tourists seeking the beauty of the mountains. Over time, it expanded into a luxurious resort known for its opulent interiors and historic charm. Despite its beauty, the Banff Springs Hotel is famous for ghost sightings and paranormal activity. Guests have reported seeing the ghost of a bride who fell down the staircase on her wedding day, appearing in her white gown with a tragic expression. Another spirit frequently reported is that of a bellman who died in a fire, eternally roaming the hallways. The haunted reputation was discovered through numerous first-hand accounts. Visitors and staff report hearing footsteps, doors opening and closing by themselves, and disembodied voices. Some have even reported seeing apparitions in the hallways and ballroom, often accompanied by sudden cold spots. Paranormal investigators have captured strange sounds and shadowy figures on camera. Over the years, several deaths and tragic accidents have occurred from falls, fires, and unexplained incidents, further fueling the hotel's eerie energy. Today, Banff Springs Hotel welcomes thousands of visitors every year. Many come for its historic charm, but some come to experience the haunting firsthand. By night, the halls of this majestic hotel echo with whispers from the past, reminding everyone that luxury and tragedy can exist side by side. On the rugged coastline of Tasmania, Australia, lies Port Arthur, a historic site that was once a penal settlement and is now considered one of the most haunted places in the country. Its ruins tell stories of suffering, punishment, and restless spirits. Port Arthur was established in 1830 by the British government as a penal colony for repeat offenders. The site was designed to house convicts in a remote and secure location, far from populated areas with strict rules and harsh punishments. It became notorious for its brutal treatment of prisoners, including floggings, isolation, and forced labor. The site's horror comes not just from its physical punishment, but from its psychological torment. Inmates endured solitary confinement in small, dark cells known as separate prison cells, which were designed to break their spirits. Many died due to illness, malnutrition, or despair. The haunting reputation grew from countless deaths, public executions, and stories of cruel overseers. The paranormal activity was reported through witness accounts from tourists, staff, and historians. Visitors have described hearing screams, footsteps, and cries echoing through the ruins, and some claim to have seen shadowy figures moving among the old stone walls. Paranormal investigators frequently document cold spots, strange sounds, and unexplained apparitions in the prison cells and along the grounds. It is estimated that hundreds of convicts died at Port Arthur, and their spirits are believed to linger, especially in the old cell blocks and solitary confinement areas. Today, while it serves as a historic site and museum, Port Arthur continues to chill the hearts of those who visit, reminding everyone of the suffering that once dominated this remote peninsula. Perched on a hill in Louisville, Kentucky, the Waverly Hills Sanatorium is infamous as one of the most haunted hospitals in the world. Once a tuberculosis treatment center, it now stands as a chilling monument to suffering, death, and restless spirits. The sanatorium was built in 1910, designed by the architectural firm Schenck and Williams to treat tuberculosis patients during the deadly TB epidemics. At its peak, Waverly Hills housed over 400 patients at a time, but the facility quickly became overwhelmed as the disease spread, leading to overcrowding and tragic conditions. The horror of Waverly Hills comes from the sheer number of deaths and the methods used to manage the sick. Patients who were gravely ill were often transported through the body chute, a secret passageway used to discreetly remove the deceased without disturbing the other patients. Many patients reportedly died in isolation, their final moments full of fear and pain. Reports of hauntings began almost immediately. Visitors, staff, and paranormal investigators have reported disembodied voices, shadow figures, sudden cold drafts, and objects moving on their own. Some claim to have seen apparitions of patients in hospital gowns, wandering the hallways, and even the faint cries of those who died here decades ago. It is estimated that over 8,000 people died at Waverly Hills, leaving behind a dense energy that paranormal experts call one of the most active sites in the United States. Today, the sanatorium is open for tours and ghost hunts, but those who enter often report feeling watched, followed, or touched by unseen hands, a reminder that death and suffering still linger within these walls. Located in the Loire-Atlantique region of France, Château de Chateaubriand is a historic castle that has witnessed centuries of intrigue, betrayal, and death. Though today it is admired for its architecture, it is also famous for its haunted reputation. The castle dates back to the 11th century, originally constructed by the Counts of Chateaubriand. Over the years, it was rebuilt and expanded, combining medieval defensive structures with Renaissance-style living spaces. Throughout its history, the castle was the scene of duels, political conflicts, and secretive affairs, adding layers of dark energy to the walls. Château de Chateaubriand is especially notorious for ghostly sightings of former inhabitants, particularly the spirit of Françoise de Foix, a noblewoman rumored to have died tragically within the castle. Visitors report unexplained footsteps, shadows moving along hallways, and doors opening on their own. Local legends say that during the night, the castle echoes with whispers from centuries-old secrets. The haunted reputation was confirmed by countless eyewitness accounts. Tourists and staff alike described chilling sensations, sudden temperature drops, and the feeling of being watched. Paranormal investigators have captured orbs, strange sounds, and fleeting apparitions inside the castle's chambers, though detailed records are scarce. The castle has seen numerous deaths over the centuries from illness, duels, and accidents. The combination of these tragic events and the lingering energy of past residents is believed to fuel its paranormal activity today. Château de Chateaubriand stands as a historical site, attracting visitors for both its architectural beauty and its chilling tales of spirits that refuse to rest. Texas. The Driscoll Hotel is a historic landmark that combines luxury with a chilling reputation for paranormal activity. Its grandeur attracts visitors from around the world, but its haunted past keeps many wary of the night. The hotel was built in 1886 by Colonel Jesse Driscoll, a wealthy cattle baron who wanted to create a lavish hotel for Austin's growing city. From the start, it symbolized opulence, marble staircases, grand chandeliers, and ornate architecture. However, tragedy struck early, and the hotel's history quickly intertwined with ghost stories. Driscoll Hotel is famous for hauntings in several rooms, especially room 525, where guests report seeing the ghost of a young woman who reportedly hanged herself in the room during the 1930s. Another well-known spirit is believed to be Jesse Driscoll himself, who is said to wander the halls at night, checking on guests and staff. The haunted reputation comes from eyewitness accounts and paranormal investigations. Guests have described cold spots, flickering lights, mysterious noises, and shadows moving across hallways. Many employees claim that doors open and close by themselves, and some have even seen apparitions sitting on the beds in empty rooms. Over the years, the hotel has witnessed accidents, suicides, and unexplained deaths, though exact numbers are unclear. These tragic events, combined with the hotel's long history, are believed to fuel the paranormal activity that continues to this day. Today, the Driscoll Hotel remains a luxurious destination, but at night, the halls carry the whispers and footsteps of those who have passed, making it both a historic landmark and one of Austin's most haunted locations, hidden in the north of London. England Highgate Cemetery is one of the most famous and haunting burial grounds in the world. Its Gothic architecture, overgrown paths, and shadowed tombs make it a place of both beauty and terror. The cemetery was built in 1839, designed by architect Stephen Geary as part of London's Magnificent Seven Cemeteries. It quickly became a prestigious resting place for the wealthy, famous, and powerful. Over time, however, its dark and secluded corners gave rise to legends of ghostly sightings and paranormal activity. Highgate Cemetery is especially known for vampire legends and ghost sightings. Visitors have reported shadowy figures moving among the tombs, unexplained noises, and glowing lights in empty mausoleums. The story of the Highgate vampire emerged in the 1970s, when locals claimed to see a pale, hooded figure attacking the living, giving the cemetery worldwide notoriety. The haunting reputation is backed by eyewitness accounts, paranormal investigations, and local folklore. Many claim to feel sudden chills, hear whispers, or see apparitions standing silently among the gravestones. Guided ghost tours often share these eerie encounters, attracting thrill seekers from all over the world. While the cemetery itself is a resting place for thousands, it has also been the scene of vandalism, mysterious deaths, and grave disturbances, adding to its macabre reputation. The combination of history, tragedy, and eerie legends ensures Highgate Cemetery remains one of England's most haunted and enigmatic locations. Located in Fall River, Massachusetts, the Lizzie Borden House is infamous for one of the most chilling murder cases in American history. Its reputation as a haunted house has made it a magnet for true crime enthusiasts and paranormal investigators alike. The house was built in 1845 and later became the home of Andrew and Abby Borden, a wealthy couple. Lizzie Borden, their daughter, lived in the house when tragedy struck. In 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden were brutally murdered with an axe, shocking the nation. Lizzie was tried for the murders, but was ultimately acquitted, leaving the house forever tied to the grisly crime. The horror of the house comes not just from the murders, but from the lingering energy of the violent act. Visitors report seeing shadowy figures, hearing footsteps, and feeling sudden cold drafts in the very rooms where the Bordens were killed. Some even claim to hear faint cries and whispers that seem to echo the night of the murders. The haunted reputation was revealed through eyewitness accounts, paranormal investigations, and the lingering notoriety of the Lizzie Borden case. Many claim that staying overnight in the house brings intense feelings of unease and even objects moving on their own. While the murders were the most significant deaths in the house, the violent energy of that night has persisted for over a century. Today, the Lizzie Borden House operates as a bed and breakfast and museum, allowing visitors to explore both the history and the hauntings of one of America's most infamous crime scenes. Located in the heart of Cape Town, South Africa, the Castle of Good Hope is the oldest surviving colonial building in the country and is infamous for its ghostly activity and dark history. The castle was built between 1666 and 1679 by the Dutch East India Company as a fort to protect Cape Town and serve as a replenishment station for ships traveling between Europe and the East Indies. Its massive walls and bastions were designed for military defense, but over centuries, the castle also became the site of imprisonment, executions, and military discipline. Its haunted reputation comes from the many deaths, tortures, and battles that occurred within its walls. Visitors and historians report sightings of soldiers in uniform, shadowy figures, and phantom footsteps echoing in the hallways. The castle is particularly famous for the spirit of a drummer boy, said to appear before disaster strikes, and the ghost of a female spirit, believed to have been wrongfully imprisoned and executed. The haunting was documented through eyewitness accounts, paranormal investigations, and local legends. Many visitors have reported sudden chills, flickering lights, and the sensation of being watched, especially near the dungeons and old prison cells. While exact death records are limited, the castle witnessed numerous executions, imprisonments, and violent deaths during its centuries of military and colonial use. These tragic events have left a lingering energy, making the Castle of Good Hope one of South Africa's most haunted landmarks. Located in Semarang, Central Java, Indonesia, Lawang Su, which means 1,000 doors, is an iconic building famous not just for its architecture, but for its haunted reputation. The building was constructed in 1904 by the Dutch East Indies Railway Company during colonial times. Originally serving as the company's headquarters, it was designed with numerous doors and windows, giving it its nickname. Over time, Lawang Su became a symbol of Dutch colonial presence and later a site of wartime horrors. The building's dark reputation comes from its use during World War II, when the Japanese military used it as a prison and torture center. Many prisoners were executed or left to die within its walls. The hidden tunnels, dank cellars, and abandoned rooms contributed to the sense of dread, making it a hotspot for paranormal activity. Reports of hauntings have come from visitors, staff, and paranormal investigators. People claim to see shadowy figures, hear unexplained whispers, footsteps, and cries, and even feel touches from unseen entities. One of the most notorious ghosts is said to be a female spirit roaming the hallways, seeking revenge for the atrocities that occurred. While exact numbers are unclear, hundreds of deaths are reported to have occurred in the building during the Japanese occupation. This tragic history, combined with its abandoned corridors and mysterious architecture, cements Lawang Su's status as one of Indonesia's most haunted and feared buildings. Perched on a hill overlooking Montego Bay, Jamaica, Rose Hall Great House is a colonial mansion renowned for its beauty and its terrifying haunted history. The mansion was built in 1770 by George Ashe, a wealthy sugar planter. Over the years, it passed into the hands of his descendants, including Annie Palmer, who became infamous as the White Witch of Rose Hall. According to legend, Annie practiced voodoo and brutally murdered several of her husbands and slaves within the house. Rose Hall's horror comes from its dark tales of murder, witchcraft, and revenge. Visitors report seeing Annie's ghost walking the halls in a flowing white dress, doors slamming on their own, and cold spots that seem to follow guests wherever they go. Paranormal investigators have also captured orbs, strange sounds, and shadowy figures inside the mansion. The haunted reputation was passed down through oral history, eyewitness accounts, and investigative research. Many claim to feel an oppressive energy, sudden chills, or the sensation of being watched in the very rooms where Annie allegedly committed her crimes. While some of the stories are legend, it is believed that dozens of deaths occurred under Annie Palmer's reign, fueling the dark energy that persists today. Rose Hall Great House is now open to the public for tours, but the tales of the White Witch continue to make it one of Jamaica's most haunted and infamous locations. Hidden in West Palm Beach, Florida, the Riddle House is a small, unassuming mansion with a dark and chilling past. Though modest compared to some haunted landmarks, its history makes it one of Florida's most infamous paranormal sites. The house was built in 1926 by Samuel Riddle, a wealthy industrialist, and initially served as a private residence. In the 1930s, it was converted into a mortuary and funeral home. where bodies were prepared and stored, a transition that would later contribute to its eerie reputation. Riddle House became famous for its hauntings of restless spirits, many of whom were associated with the building's days as a mortuary. Visitors and paranormal investigators report shadowy figures, disembodied voices, and objects moving on their own. Some claim to see apparitions of people in old-fashioned funeral attire, lingering in hallways as if performing their duties. The haunted reputation was confirmed through eyewitness accounts and paranormal investigations. Investigators have recorded cold spots, unexplained sounds, and even orbs of light appearing in photographs and videos, suggesting the presence of spirits who never left. Over the decades, hundreds of deaths were connected to the property during its time as a funeral home, and local legends say that some of the souls never found peace. Today, the Riddle House stands as a museum and paranormal hotspot, attracting ghost hunters and curious visitors alike, all hoping to glimpse the dark energy that continues to haunt this historic Florida mansion, hidden near Niagara Falls, Ontario. Screaming Tunnel is a small, dark passageway that has earned a chilling reputation as one of Canada's most haunted spots. Locals warn visitors that the tunnel holds a tragic and violent history. The tunnel was constructed in the 1880s to allow trains and carts to pass through safely. While it served a practical purpose, it soon became the site of local legends and ghost stories that have persisted for generations. The tunnel is famous for its haunted and horrifying atmosphere. According to legend, a young girl died in a fire inside the tunnel, and her screams can still be heard by anyone brave enough to enter at night. Some stories claim she was accidentally trapped, while others suggest foul play. Either way, her spirit is said to linger, screaming for help. The haunting was confirmed through eyewitness accounts and local folklore. Visitors have reported hearing screams echoing in the tunnel, sudden drops in temperature, and shadowy figures moving in the darkness. Paranormal enthusiasts often bring recording devices, capturing unexplained sounds and orbs of light. While official records are sparse, it is believed that at least one fatal incident occurred, giving rise to the tunnel's eerie nickname. Over the years, the tunnel has become a place of daredevil visits and ghost hunting, cementing its status as one of Canada's most haunted and unsettling locations. Nestled in the majestic Canadian Rockies, Banff, Alberta, the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel is often called the Castle in the Rockies. Beyond its stunning architecture and luxury, it is infamous for its ghostly legends and paranormal activity. The hotel was originally built in 1888 by the Canadian Pacific Railway to attract wealthy travelers to the Canadian Rockies. Over the years, it expanded into a luxurious resort with opulent interiors. But its history also includes tragic events and mysterious deaths, giving rise to its haunted reputation. The hotel is especially known for the ghost of a bride who fell down the staircase on her wedding day. Guests claim to see her white dress floating near the stairs, hear her cries, or even feel her presence. Another famous spirit is that of a bellman who died in a fire, roaming the hallways to this day. Some visitors report strange lights, shadowy figures, and sudden cold drafts in various rooms. The haunted reputation was revealed through eyewitness accounts, staff stories, and paranormal investigations. Investigators have documented orbs, unexplained sounds, and shadowy apparitions, reinforcing the hotel's reputation as one of Canada's most haunted locations. While the hotel has witnessed multiple deaths, accidents, and tragic events over its long history, these incidents are believed to contribute to the strong paranormal energy that persists. Today, the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel continues to welcome guests, offering both luxury and a chilling reminder that some spirits never leave. Docked permanently in Long Beach, California, the Queen Mary is a retired ocean liner turned hotel and museum, famous not only for its luxury and history, but also for its haunted reputation. The ship was built in 1934 by the Cunard Line in Scotland and was one of the grandest ocean liners of its time. During World War II, it was converted into a troop ship, transporting thousands of soldiers across dangerous waters. After the war, it resumed luxury transatlantic cruises until its retirement in 1967. When it was permanently moored in Long Beach, the Queen Mary is notorious for ghost sightings and paranormal activity. Crew members and visitors report shadowy figures, unexplained noises, and cold spots in certain areas of the ship, particularly in B deck, which was once the crew's quarters and the engine room. Guests have also reported seeing apparitions of children, sailors, and a lady in white wandering the hallways. The haunted reputation was revealed through eyewitness accounts, staff experiences, and paranormal investigations. Investigators have captured orbs, strange sounds, and mysterious recordings on tape, confirming the presence of spirits aboard the ship. The Queen Mary witnessed numerous deaths during its decades of service, from accidents, wartime incidents, and natural causes. Many of these tragedies are believed to contribute to the ship's lingering paranormal energy. Today, it operates as a hotel and tourist attraction, where thrill seekers can experience the ghostly presence of the ship's past inhabitants firsthand. Located near Naples, Italy, the ancient city of Pompeii is one of the most famous archaeological sites in the world. While it is celebrated for its history and preservation, it is also known for the tragic events that ended thousands of lives, giving it a haunting aura. Pompeii was founded in 6th-7th century BC, originally by the Oscan people, and later became a thriving Roman city. Its streets, homes, and public buildings reflected the height of Roman culture, wealth, and engineering. However, in 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted violently, burying the city under meters of volcanic ash and pumice, preserving it in time but killing thousands of inhabitants. The city's horror comes from the sudden and catastrophic eruption, which left behind casts of human bodies frozen in their final moments, creating a chilling glimpse into the lives abruptly ended by nature's fury. Streets lined with skeletons, homes buried under ash, and objects left untouched give visitors an eerie connection to the past. Pompeii's haunted reputation is revealed through the archaeological discoveries and historical accounts. The ghostly impression of human forms, the silence of abandoned streets, and the preserved ruins all evoke a sense of tragedy and unrest. It is estimated that over 2,000 people died in the eruption. Although some estimates suggest the number may have been higher, these deaths, combined with the catastrophic nature of the eruption, make Pompeii a site of both historical fascination and somber reflection, a place where the past's haunting presence is felt by every visitor beneath the bustling streets of Paris. France lie the catacombs, a vast underground network of tunnels and chambers that hold the remains of millions of people. While today they attract curious tourists, their history makes them one of the most haunting locations in the world. The catacombs were created in the late 18th century, around 1786, as a solution to overflowing cemeteries in Paris. The city's quarries were converted into ossuaries, where bones from closed cemeteries were transferred to create a more organized and sanitary resting place. Horror of the catacombs comes not only from the sheer scale of human remains, but also from the macabre displays of bones, skulls, and femurs lining the walls. Visitors report an eerie feeling of being watched, sudden drops in temperature, and strange echoes in the dark tunnels. The narrow, twisting passages add to the fear, as it is easy to become disoriented. The haunted reputation is supported by eyewitness accounts, local legends, and paranormal investigations. Some visitors claim to see shadowy figures, hear whispers, or even catch glimpses of apparitions among the stacks of bones. Legends say that the restless spirits of those interred sometimes make their presence known to the living, while the deaths recorded in the catacombs span centuries from natural causes, epidemics, and cemetery overcrowding. The exact number is estimated to be around 6 million people. These countless souls, now preserved underground, contribute to the catacombs' chilling energy, making it one of France's most haunting and unforgettable sights.